Hi guys, this is just a short video explaining what I would do differently to the Ajax now having flown it a few times. Some things only become apparent after you've flown them, especially after you've modified it. Okay, so the undercarriage is held up okay. Don't really need any side or down thrust to speak of, so that was okay. The dowel's slightly fiddly to get your bands on. Not impossible, but just slightly fiddlier. I think with hindsight, which is what this video is all about, I would mount the dowels, cut slightly bigger gussets and mount the dowels slightly further back and further down. 3mm at 1/8 inch be about right. Same with the front. Bring it down a little bit. That's just personal preference. I added these extra wing supports after I cracked something here. I can't remember what I did now. Anyway, it distorted the tissue and cracked something anyway, so I put these on, which have added little in the know of weight, but was worth doing. As you know, I added the triangular gussets because that's just what I had left over. They haven't done any harm, but who knows what strength they may or may not have added. Using the film covering, and I dare say tissue would do the same, it's pulled it in here and there. This longer one must have been slightly softer because it's pulled it in a little bit. I could remove this and put a brace across. I haven't. It hasn't got any worse to speak of. The one elevator, the servo positions worked out great. One elevator, I mean the model won't loop. It's not powerful enough for that. It's just good enough to flare a little bit, and that's it really. So to go up, you open the throttle. To come down, you close the throttle. The rudder, very powerful. If I was building it again, would I put a double elevator on it? I probably would. This is always nice to throw a loop in occasionally, isn't it? Anything else on the fuselage? No, I don't think so. Looking at the wing, I'll vest it here. It's what dwarfs it. Oh, there was once. I did break the tailplane the other day, transporting it, and I did a bit of keyhole surgery in the bottom. I fitted extra gusset and brace in there and there. Bit of a weak spot. I know you can beef up everything, but maybe something just going across there, like a internal dihedral brace, 1/16 by 3/16 or 1/16 by 1/8, something maybe harder, may have saved the day. Looking at the wing, it's fine. I added the extra spar, didn't I, on the front? Or was it on the back? One of the two, I can't remember. Might have been at the front. I added the little piece of 1mm or 1/2mm ply on the trailing edge to stop the bands from cutting in. That's worked fine. Because the wing is under cambered, the rib to trailing edge joints here is very small, and with the bands coming over, it has in fact, I think, just broken a couple of these joints at the back or weakened them. So if I was building it again, I would add 2 more ribs where the fuselage is, and that would be a good thing to do because it goes where the bands are. I think I added this bit as well, which was good. But one thing I would definitely do, you could maybe put gussets in the corners, but one thing I would definitely do is to build up this part of the fuselage under the wing to match the aerofoil section, because what I have to do now is when the bands are on, it tends to pull that flat, so I put a little piece of packing plywood just under across here, basically, just to support the trailing edge, because the trailing edge isn't flat, it goes up. So I would certainly make a support at the back of the wing. I'll tell you what, looking at this one, look, just like this. So this matches the aerofoil section of the bottom of the wing. It's not straight or flat, it's got the aerofoil shape, and that's what this one needs. I could add it now, of course, but it's not pressing on anything because there's no ribs for it to press onto. So that's if I was making it again. The hatches worked well, the receiver position, everything's fine there. So yeah, that's it. It's I mean, what's wrong with it is just careful flying. It'll last me a long time. I guess if you had a decent elevator on it, you could build in a little bit of down thrust to stop it climbing so much on power. Apart from that, it's been a really successful little aeroplane, and I'm very pleased with it. There is a guy online actually who's built one twice the size, which looks impressive. Lumbers around. Okay, just thought I'd do that little update for you. It's always good to know how a model is performing after a few flights and what I would do differently. You try and think in advance, don't you, what you need to do. But if you've not done any RC conversions of this sort of model, which I hadn't, it's just a case of doing a little bit of research online, maybe ask a question here or there and then go for it. So here's another little bit of research. I hope you do, and you see here this video and make a better model. But this is primarily due to a chap that commented, sorry I've forgotten your name already, commented on one of the videos pertaining to this model and asking about, he's going to do the same thing, so I thought I'd do a little update video. There you go guys, thanks for watching. I'll link to the whole build series at the end of this video. I'll link to the whole build series, and if you want to build one, you can. Cheers.